Not sure if many of you know, but we do have a virtual tier within the Design Coven, virtual pro member tier, which includes 3 virtual meetings a month where we set intentions. We do group coaching. So bring all your questions. We answer those questions and you get to learn from other people going through the same struggles as you. We also do a business practice meeting. So we'll have somebody on to share a business practice that we can all benefit from. And then we also do a product training. So getting a sustainable, eco-friendly line to come on, share who they are so that we can be supported with other like-minded businesses. And if you're not quite ready for pro, you can always join our free community where you will connect with other like-minded holistic interior designers. You don't have to be an interior designer if you are kind of just dabbling or you're aspiring or you're looking into this field. We invite everybody from all journeys, and you don't, again, have to be a designer. You don't have to have a degree. We're just a beautiful community of like-minded people looking to create healing spaces, not just for ourselves, but for our clients and future clients. Come join us at designcoven.com/join. You're listening to the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast. This is a podcast that guides you as a new or inspiring independent interior designer navigating your entrepreneurial path. Here, with my over 20 years experience, I will share my holistic approach to design with intention and ancient practices, including feng shui, all incorporating mind, body, and spirit into my design projects. You will also learn from seasoned interior designers as they give strategies and insight of how they built their businesses and continue to work in the field. Together, we will discover supportive trade partners, new ideas, creatives, and inspiring artists from around the world. I am your host, Rachel Larraine Crawford. Hello, and welcome back. We are at episode 100 today of the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast. I'm super excited. I can't believe we've made it to 100 episodes. This is really beautiful and exciting. And I can't wait to dive in. We are going to talk a bit about the evolution of this podcast, what it's created, how it's led into a membership, and then I'm sharing the top 10 episodes that you all have downloaded and expressed strong interest in. So I'll share that playlist with you. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and light our candle like we always do, opening up our space with intention with the element fire. So just connecting with fire, the element of creation, destruction, and all of those forces. So I've got our candle lit. I'm pulling from the Radiant Crystal deck from Bouchette Design. So let's see what crystal we have today that wants to connect with us and support us in our design journey. And our crystal is blue chalcedony, which is calm, harmony, and communication. It's connected to the throat chakra, associated to the signs of Cancer, Libra, and Sagittarius. The affirmation here is, I am open to expression and harmony in my actions. Blue chalcedony promotes harmony while absorbing negative and anxious energy. It gives support for public speaking and communication with other realms. It has an angelic connection and overall soothing vibration. So perfect. I absolutely adore this crystal. I have one of those crystal water bottles, and blue chalcedony is the crystal in the water bottle. Absolutely adore it. Alrighty, so 100 episodes. I can't believe we're here. I do want to just kind of sit in celebration with this. I am the kind of person that will get to a milestone like this, kind of go yay, and then move on to the next thing. I am fast at wanting to jump on to another goal. So this is just your reminder to slow down a bit. Acknowledge any beautiful milestones that you might have accomplished in this past year, or even this year so far, or this month, or this week, because it's really, really neat to kind of sit in gratitude. And I'm so, it's such honor to be with all of you and to have come to the 100th episode, that you all are still listening. I so appreciate everyone here that's in celebration with me. in this podcast. As you might know or might not know, I created this podcast with the idea in January of 2022. So January 2022, I think it was on the 3rd or the 5th of the month, and I had the inspiration to really get this launched and have it done. And I launched the first episode in March. So mid-March, our first episode came out, which was What is Holistic Interior Design, which happens to be on the top 10 playlist of these first 100 episodes. And the idea for the podcast, if you were listening back then, you will know that the original name was called Bewitching the Home. And it was a podcast for future clients. It was a podcast for people that wanted to design their homes with intention, that wanted to bring magic into their homes and to live a more holistic life within their homes. I was invited to do talks at San Diego State. And with those talks, I was describing my interior design business to these new students, future interior designers. And so many of those students afterward would come up to me wanting to know more about how do you run your business? What are the ins and outs? Can I get a mentorship with you? Can I work with you? Can I intern with you? I am hungry for more information. And with that, it really sparked an idea of creating a membership that was a mentorship so that I could give back to these students that were craving more insight from me as a designer working in the field independently. And so the Design Coven, which is our membership program, was created and launched June of 2022, which was really, really cool. And when that was launched, it really started to shift the podcast from gearing towards or sharing information to potential clients and more to the design community. So it became a support for new, aspiring, existing interior designers that wanted to have this holistic approach to interior design. So at that moment, I started bringing on other guests, other interior designers, people that other designers can learn from, different practices, business practices, vendors, artists, and that kind of thing that we could build our trade relationships with and trade libraries with. So it soon became more of an educational podcast supporting new interior designers. And in October, right after San Diego Design Week, I decided to rebrand the podcast to really support the direction that we were going in. And at that point, I think I was at 60 something episodes. And in the very beginning, I knew I wanted to do 2 episodes a week to really get information out fast. And I think just by, reflecting back, I thought that was a very smart move, really strategic in the way that I was able to get to a place in my podcast that I might not have gotten to in 6 months, or I got there in 6 months, which would have originally taken me a year if I did 1 episode a week. So I felt like I was progressing things really fast. And so the rebrand happened in October, which was just a little over 6 months after launching, which was really hard. I loved the name Bewitching the Home, but, looking back at it, it was like it was brought to my attention that there was really no CEO in that name, and people that were interested in holistic interior design or becoming a holistic interior designer weren't able to find me because, of course, there is no CEO in Bewitching the Home except for the word home, and that didn't really explain the holistic approach to interior design. And that this was a podcast for businesses and entrepreneurs. So the name changed to the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast to really reach my audience, the people out there that were looking for support in becoming a new interior designer. So the change shifted then. And then shortly after that, I added a new tier to our community, which is the free community tier, so that all interior designers can be part of our community. Originally, it was 2 tiers, virtual and in person. And I really wanted to make sure other designers were supported, especially students that might not have the budget or the means to join the membership. And with that, I also created the student discount, which is a 50% discount on the pro membership subscriptions. So that really came about, and it really opened up the space in our community to connect with other people from around the world. It's been really, really beautiful. Looking back at the membership, we are now at 56 members, which is really exciting. Coming from 0 members all the way to 55 is really incredible. It's a beautiful community of like-minded designers. And if you're not part of that community, I invite you to join us at any level, because you'll definitely get something out of it. Yeah, so that was a really huge piece in creating that membership, is this podcast and all of you here today. As far as the future of the podcast and the membership, we pull back a little bit. This also propelled me forward in creating another interior design firm within the Design Coven, for those of the Design Coven founding members who really wanted hands-on approach to interior design with experience. So we have created a design firm within the Interior Design Coven. It will be, we're in the midst of training and getting everything in order before we share the announcement of offering these services. It's a single room interior design service by our members in the Design Coven. So that's really exciting. And we are also in the middle of launching a magazine, the Design Coven magazine. Our first issue is all about self-discovery. So really connecting with yourself, intuition, your moon sign, human design, meditation, hypnotherapy, all these different aspects of really taking care of ourselves on a whole. We've even got some potions and tinctures in there that are really supportive for our mental health, which is really, really beautiful. And of course, the playlist from the composer here on the podcast, Seth Thibodeau, which is really exciting because he's going to set the mood for the magazine before you really dive in and get into this world of self-discovery. And this magazine is being designed by my dear friend Carly Ealey, who's a beautiful artist here in San Diego. She was in the Design Week series. I think her episode's 61 or 62. We'll put it in the show notes so that you can learn more about her. So that's launching in late spring, early summer, which is super exciting. And then also just reflecting back on all of this with the Design Coven and the podcast. I've been blown away by the people that have reached out to me from all over the world, different cities and places that I never knew existed, letting me know that the podcast has really been a support for them. They feel alone in the world of holistic interior design in their part of the world, just because it's not so prevalent or there's not so many other holistic interior designers around them. So to be able to offer this community to people that are really far away from me on the other side of the world is really, really incredible. And I just absolutely adore those connections with you designers, and then having you, join the Design Coven on top of all that has just been a really amazing, beautiful thing that I didn't even think was possible when I first started this podcast. Having a membership mentorship program was not even in my realm of thinking. So the podcast has really opened up all of those beautiful doors. I've seen really neat connections between the interior designers within the community. I've seen collaborations happen, people shifting their careers altogether, really finding design as a beautiful way of expression and a way to heal the world that not only supports their clients, but also fuels them as a designer and fills their cup, knowing that they're doing some amazing, beautiful healing work in the world through interior design, which is insane to me and absolutely wonderful and beautiful. But I do want to share the unveiling of the top 10 episodes that were downloaded by all of you from episode 1 to 100, which is really exciting. So I wanted to create a playlist to also share with you all. So you will find a playlist in the show notes with these top 10 episodes. So we're doing the countdown from 10. So episode 10 is episode 003, Feng Shui 101, was in the top 10. It's where I shared kind of the basics for Feng Shui. I'm looking at this list and I see a lot of Feng Shui downloads here. Number 9 on the list is the future of home design, the top holistic trends for 2023. And that was episode 80. So episode 80 was talking about the top trends that I forecasted for 2023 in the world of holistic interior design. Number 8 on the list is episode 77. And that is the 2023 color trends with Rachel Larraine of Sherwin-Williams. Rachel came on sharing with us the color of the year and the color trends for this year of 2023, which was really in alignment with holistic interior design, connecting with community, sustainability, and grounding back into our homes as sacred spaces. Number 7 on our top 10 list is episode number 19. And 19 is a feng shui episode, which was how to bring in wealth and abundance using feng shui. And then we go into number 6 on our list, which is episode 34. And that was crystal clear branding with Clear Quartz Creative. So if you remember that episode, we had Chantelle on with us, who is a branding marketing guru who also has their own podcast. The link will be in the show notes. But we really got clear on branding, and we did some beautiful workshops within the Design Coven, doing them with Chantelle. It was a beautiful series. So you'll have to, and you can purchase those through Design Coven. But it was really neat to be able to really hone in on our ideal client, our voice, our superpowers that we carry as interior designers through past experience. And going into the top 5, we have episodes 016, episode 2, and episode 74. Number 5 is, all of those are feng shui episodes. So episode 16 was how to make feng shui simple with Amanda Gibby Peters. That was a huge episode. Everybody absolutely loved it. Number 4 on the list is also with feng shui, which is an introduction to feng shui with Amanda Sophia, my feng shui teacher. And episode 74 was feng shui in the year of the rabbit, which of course is this year, 2023. So episodes 5, 4, and 3 were all related to feng shui. And then we get down to the top 2. Number 2 on the list is episode 1, which is what is holistic interior design. That's where I break down the basic principles of holistic interior design. It's a great episode to start. I know a lot of people that find me go straight back to episode number 1, so I'm sure that's why that one is very popular. And first place in the most downloaded episodes of our podcast is the introduction to the Design Coven, which is episode 33. So it looks like a lot of you are looking for community, looking for a place to be seen, to connect with other like-minded interior designers, other holistic interior designers, which is really, really inspiring and super cool. I love that episode is our number 1 downloaded episode. You've got to check it out if you haven't. It's episode 33. And again, I just want to thank everybody for just listening and being here with me and connecting with me and sharing the podcast with other interior designers, sharing it on social media, all over the place. And we do have some really, really exciting things that are coming up for this podcast. For one, I'm happy to announce that we are launching a secret podcast for the Design Coven. So if you're in the Design Coven, this is for the pro members, you are going to get a secret podcast all together. It's the Design Coven podcast, and it's all of our sessions that we've had with other interior designers. It's product training sessions, it's business practices sessions, and just bonuses from me. So if you've missed any courses or you're wanting to join the Design Coven, and it's, we've had a year's worth of content, you can catch up by listening to the Design Coven podcast. It's a secret podcast. Or, of course, you have access to all the videos within the Design Coven portal, so you can watch those episodes as well. If you're like me, I drive constantly and I just binge on podcasts. So you can catch up on all the past podcasts, trainings that we've had within the Design Coven in your own secret podcast. It's not going to be available to anywhere outside of the pro membership. So that's going to be a huge asset to joining the Design Coven. I am also going to be launching VIP days where you're getting a one-on-one experience, hands-on experience with me in the world of interior design. I've been getting a lot of requests to do more one-on-one mentorship. So those VIP days are coming. And of course, Design Coven members will receive a special discount, special pricing. But will be available for everybody, but Design Coven members do get that first shot at booking those VIP days, as well as getting it at a special price. I'm also coming out with a course. It's not announced yet, but stay tuned. It's going to be perfect for all of you that are wanting to launch your interior design business. And then the other thing I wanted to announce is that our prices are going to be rising come in June. June is the Design Coven anniversary, and we are raising the prices come June 1st. So if you want in at this lower price point, now is the time to join, and you will keep your rate for as long as you're continuously in the program, the membership program. And one other thing I wanted to mention is that because of our 100th anniversary, I am going to do a special giveaway. What you'll win is the Interior Design Boost. It's a strategic audit for your business. So I'm giving away a free session. It's an hour session in the Interior Design Business Boost. And that's really an audit to take a look at your business, see what strategies we can come up with in order to get you honed in, focused, verifying your niche, whatever it is that you need in your business, looking at your services, your prices, all of that, really getting in there. And the way you win, or the way you enter, is you create a screenshot from your phone listening to this podcast and sharing it on your Instagram stories. And please tag our Instagram, which is Holistic Interior Design Biz. And every time we post it, you will be entered to win. I'm going to announce the winner on Friday of this week on Instagram. And I just want to take a look at what the date is on Friday, and that's the 28th. So the 28th of April, 2023, I will announce the winner of the giveaway. Again, you're getting an hour session of a interior design business boost strategy audit. So super exciting. And I think that's it for now. I'm so thankful for having all of you here. I cannot wait for the next 100 episodes. If you have any ideas or inspirations or things you want to add or share, please let me know. I'd love to hear all the ideas and incorporate them any way that I can to support you all. And with that, we will see you soon. Take care. You've been listening to the Holistic Interior Design Business podcast. If it's one that you have been enjoying, please share with anyone else that you think can benefit from this knowledge, and leave us a 5-star review that helps us get seen and found by other new and aspiring interior designers. And if you're looking for mentorship, I invite you to join our club here at the Design Coven. It's a bridge between school and real life interior design. We get in much deeper there. We have virtual and in-person events, so everyone is welcome. You don't need to have a design degree to be part of it, just an interest in holistic interior design. I also want to thank our editor, Marcy Ferry, Blake Ferris, for all of her special help with the podcast, our social media posts, newsletter, and lastly, Kinseth Thibodeau, who is our music composer. Until next time, be well, and we will see each other soon.